said, and I was, he didn't. He did.
Harry.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the January 26, 2023 regular meeting of the City of Moraine Council to order. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Ms. Marcus? Mr. Burchett?
Here.
Mrs. Witt?
Here.
Mayor Murphy?
Here. I need a motion to excuse Mrs. Marcus.
I'll make a motion to excuse Ms. Marcus.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. And now if everyone would please stand and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council has copies of the January 12th, 2023 regular meeting minutes. Does anyone have any changes or corrections? Okay, hearing none, the minutes are approved as submitted. We have no special presentations tonight, so we're going to go into the following committees. Finance Committee, anything to report?
No report, thank you.
Finance Director, anything to report?
Yes, in your packets, you have my December 2022 monthly report, but I did want to just highlight some items for the year. So at the end of the year, we had $42.5 million in the bank, as well as investments. For the year, we added $3.6 million to our fund balances, and over the past 4 years, we have added $20.8 million to our fund balances. Currently, we have over $35 million in investments in our sweep accounts. And for 2022, we spent 79% of our expense budget. We collected 99% of our revenue budget. For our general fund, we spent 83% of our budget. And without the general fund transfers, we spent 85% of our general fund budget. Last year, we collected $21.2 million in income tax, which was 99.6% of our budgeted amount. So we were pretty close on that. Income tax collections were 3% higher than last year and 14% higher than in 2018. So you can see these figures are all very positive for us. I have additional information in the packet. And so for 2023, we are starting in a very, very strong financial position. And that's all I have right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Committee of the Whole, anything to report?
Nothing to report. There will be a meeting tonight.
City Manager, anything to report?
I have nothing beyond the written report unless there are questions.
No. Law Director, anything to report?
Thank you. I have one request. That's to add Resolution 7899-23 to the agenda. That's the resolution appointing members to the Charter Review Commission.
I'll make a motion that we add 7899-23 to the agenda per the Law Director.
You've heard the motion. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. Okay. Next, we have, the only thing I have tonight to report, I would like to send out condolences on behalf of myself and council to City Manager Secretary Kim Wallace on the passing of her father, Stanley Kinetic. He was also the father-in-law of IT Manager Todd Wallace. He passed away on January 21st at the age of 90. And now we will go into business.
Ordinance 2130-23, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Moraine, State of Ohio, for the period January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance provides supplemental appropriations to allow funds to be used for paying additional expenses with regards to holiday lighting. Since this is an emergency, move to suspend the rules and allow for the second reading and final adoption at this meeting. Motion to approve.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Ordinance 2130-23, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Moraine, the state of Ohio, for the period January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7901-23, a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept the proposal of Tim Lawley Chevrolet Incorporated for the purchase of 2 Tahoe motor vehicles at state bid pricing for use by the police division in the amount of $115,373.
This resolution approves the purchase of 2 Chevy Tahoes to be used through the state bidding for use by the police division, and this is a budgeted item for 2023. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7902-23, a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept the proposal of Design to Wellness LLC for the purpose of treadmills and weight room equipment for use by the Parks and Recreation Division at a cost of $37,452.
This resolution approves the purchase of treadmills and weight room equipment to replace current outdated equipment. This is a 2023 budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments?
I'd just like to add one. Thanks, Don, for checking the grants to see if any were available. Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7903-23, a resolution accepting the proposal of Boone's Power Equipment Incorporated for the purchase of 2 zero-turn mowers for use by the street division at state bid pricing at a total cost of $28,670.
This resolution approves the purchase of 2 zero-turn mowers for the street division. The purchase is a budgeted item for 2023 and will be paid from the cemetery fund. Motion to approve.
You heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7904-23, a resolution authorizing the city of Moraine to accept the proposal of First Star Safety LLC for purchase of 2 aero boards for use by the street division at a total price of $9,500.
This resolution approves the purchase of 2 arrow boards for use by the street division to replace 2 existing arrow boards that are no longer reliable. This is a 2023 budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7905-23, a resolution authorizing the city of Moraine to accept the proposal of Bell Equipment Company for purchase of a Titan Leaf Pro Plus vacuum and related equipment via HGAC Cooperative Purchasing for use by the street division at a price of $104,042.39.
This resolution approves the purchase of a leaf vacuum and related items for use by the street division in order to maintain the leaf pickup program for the city. This is a 2023 budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7906-23, a resolution authorizing the city of Moraine to accept the proposal of White Allen Chevrolet for the purchase of 1 2023 Silverado 2500 HD pickup truck for use by the street division at a price of $53,370.
This resolution approves the purchase of Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD pickup truck for the use by the street department. This is a budgeted item for 2023. A motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Darney,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
yes,
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mr. Miller,
yes,
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7907-23, a resolution authorizing the City of Moraine to accept the proposal of White Allen Chevrolet for purchase of one 2023 Silverado 3500 HD pickup truck for use by the Street Division at a price of $51,395.
this resolution approves the purchase of a Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD pickup truck for use by the street division. This is a 2023 budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes,
Mrs. Witt,
yes,
Mr. Miller,
yes,
Mr. Darney.
Yes.
Mr. Burchett.
Yes.
Resolution 7908-23, a resolution authorizing the City of Moraine to accept the proposal of Motorola Solutions Incorporated via P&R Communications for purchase of radios, related equipment, and installation via state bid for use by the Street Division at a total price of $93,478.18.
This resolution accepts a proposal from Motorola through PNR Communications for the purchase of radios through state bid pricing for the use by the street division. This is a budgeted item for 2023. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
yes,
Mr. Darney,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
yes,
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7909-23, a resolution authorizing the City of Moraine to accept the proposal of Motorola Solutions Incorporated via P&R Communications for purchase of portable radios, related equipment, and necessary programming for the Police Division at a state bid for the total sum of $16,402.80.
this resolution approves the purchase of portable radios and related equipment from Motorola through PNR Communications through state bid pricing for use by the police department. This is a 2023 budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes,
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mr. Darney,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
yes,
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7910-23, a resolution authorizing the City of Moraine to accept the proposal of Motorola Solutions Incorporated via P&R Communications for purchase of mobile radios, related equipment, and installation and programming for the Police Division at a state bid for the sum of $43,280.92.
this resolution approves the purchase of mobile radios and related equipment from Motorola through PNR Communications through the state bid pricing for use by the Police Division. This is a budgeted item for 2023. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Yes,
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mr. Darney,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
yes,
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7911-23, a resolution authorizing the city to enter into first addendum to agreement with We Decorate for additional lighting and services.
This resolution approves a first addendum to the agreement with We Decorate for additional holiday lighting and services. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Darney,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mr. Miller,
yes,
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
yes,
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7912-23, a resolution approving out-of-county conferences and seminars for council members of the City of Moraine to attend during the year 2023.
this resolution approves travel to allow for council members to attend out-of-county conferences and seminars for the year 2023. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes,
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
yes,
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mr. Darney,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7913-23, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Montgomery County Microfilming Board for services and supplies for 2023.
This resolution approves an annual agreement with the Montgomery County Microfilming Board for services and supplies for 2023. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
yes,
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7914-23, a resolution authorizing and approving a purchase order.
This resolution approves a purchase order in order to make a payment to We Decorate for the balance of the 2022 Christmas light service. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
yes,
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 7899-23, a resolution appointing members to the Charter Review Commission.
Mayor, I was discussing with the clerk before the meeting. I understand we have 6 members
Yes.
ready to appoint. We need 9. So what I'm going to recommend, even though we just added this to the agenda, is to table it. I think it was prudent to go ahead and add it. That way we'll have it for the next meeting, and hopefully in 2 weeks we'll have the additional 3, and we'll have that commission all appointed. So at this point, I would recommend tabling that one until the next meeting.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we table 7899-23 to the next meeting. Make a motion.
I'll second.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
yes, yes.
Okay, now I think we have someone that would like to speak tonight. We're done with business. Persons appearing before council. Press the red button, please, sir.
Okay, I think I've got it. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Adam Schwiebert. I'm here this evening on behalf of the Dayton Metro Library System. I am fortunate to be recently started the position of Government Relations Director for the library system, a new role. Part of my responsibilities is going out and talking to each and every one of you to make sure that we can best serve the communities and the constituents that you all serve. You know, we don't have a physical location within the city, but certainly the reach of the library stretches beyond just the walls of our own buildings. And so I want to make myself available as a resource to each and every one of you. If there's something that we can do better as a system, please let me know. If we're doing great, you can let me know that too. But certainly we want to be a partner with all the communities that we serve. And so I just wanted to introduce myself briefly this evening. Prior to my role at the library, I came from the County Commissioners Association, so I definitely appreciate local government in action, doing a lot of good work this evening. Had a pretty full agenda. But again, thank you for the time, and looking forward to working with every one of you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now we will go into reports. Fire Department, anything to report?
No report this evening, thank you.
Police Department, anything to report?
Yes, ma'am. I'd just like to thank council for approving the resolutions for the police division tonight, and I don't have anything else to report. Thank you.
Building and Maintenance Department, anything to report?
Yes, I do. I have one thing. I'd like to send the condolences to Pam Montgomery's family. She had passed last week. She's a former maintenance employee for the city of Moraine. I'm sorry I hadn't been able to pass the information along, but she has a very, very large family, and her viewing is tomorrow. So I and Rocky will be going over. Rocky had worked with her husband for 16 years.
Okay,
That's all.
Street Department, anything to report?
I'd just also like to thank council for the resolutions for the street department this evening, and that's it.
Parks and Rec, anything to report?
Yeah, I just have two things. I did receive a quote from Pyrotechnico today for the fireworks, so I'll be bringing that to you in the next couple meetings. So that's exciting. And then I just wanted to thank you also for the new cardio and weight room equipment for the rec center. So we really appreciate it.
Community Develop Director, anything to report?
Nothing to report tonight, thank you.
Okay. Building and Zoning, anything to report, sir?
No report, thank you.
City Manager, anything to report?
I have no items. Thank you, Mayor.
Law Director, anything else to report?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Finance Director, anything to report?
We already have people filing their taxes, which is pretty amazing. So we commend them for being on top of it. So the next few weeks here, we'll start getting more busy with people filing their taxes. So we just encourage everyone to start now, start early, and please don't wait till the end because you might be waiting a while. So so if you can, come to the office or give us a call. We can help you with your taxes if you have questions. We also have information on our website, so please feel free to reach out. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Clerk of Council, anything to report?
I have nothing. Thank you, Mayor.
Miss Allen, anything to report?
Yes, I'd like to add my condolences to the family of Pam Montgomery. I've known her since she was about 15 years old. She was one of the first members of the Youth Corps when it started way, way back, and she was a very memorable person and a dear friend.
Miss Witt, anything to report?
I'd just like to send condolences out to Kim and Todd on the passing of her dad. And also, thanks to the street department, they did a great job in that surprise snow last Sunday. So thank you. Thanks to everyone that does a great job for the city. Police, fire, parks, street development, everybody. So, thank you.
Mr. Burchett, anything to report?
Yes, last week I attended the monthly board meeting of MVCC, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes, I'd also like to convey my condolences to the Montgomery family. Charlie Montgomery, I grew up with him and was really close with that family, and it's a tough loss, and that's all I have.
Okay, Mr. Miller, anything to report?
Just echoing the same thing to the Montgomery family. Pam, I worked with Pam back in 1979 up at the Civic Center for a number of years. Also to Kim and Todd for Kim's father passing. And also the Smith family. Vicki Smith, husband passed away. Vicki worked at the Payne Rec Center for about 15 years with me. Oh. Megan works up at the fire division. And I think Corey, is that right, Chris? He works for street division. So we have several family members still working here at the city. My condolences to all of them.
And I do. I offer my condolences to all the families that it seems like anymore, we're just hearing more and more. It's really sad that we're losing so many people in such a short period of time. I would also like to thank the Miami Valley Communications Council for broadcasting this meeting live and for any future rebroadcast. And this regular council meeting is adjourned at 6:23.